Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi man walah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, welcome to this week's Friday Naseeha from ProductiveMuslim.com. Today's episode, Spheres of Productivity. I want to ask a question. What are the different spheres of productivity? What I mean by this is that each one of us, when we think the word productive or being productive, we think of it in a particular sphere, as in we're productive at work, we're productive at school, we are productive at the gym, we're productive in our business, but we don't think of the different spheres of productivity. Today we'll explore these different spheres. The first sphere that comes to mind is home and family. Being productive in your home and your family. How many of you have thought about that? Of being productive in your home, in your family. Having good relationships with your parents, with your children, with your spouses, with your relatives, with your brothers and sisters. This aspect we forget. Family becomes the last thing on our mind, and we don't take care of this aspect. So today is a reminder that we need to think and include them. When you think about being productive, are we productive with our families? Do we move with our families to achieving goals and visions? Is your family a productive family? How do you assess, how can we make it a productive family? And so on. Think about this productivity in terms of your family and at home. Secondly, your work and career. This is the natural one. But of course, being productive at work doesn't just mean that you are completing tasks, but it also means that you can see the big picture at work. Where are you heading? Is this a specialization you want to be in? Is this the business you want to be in? Is it halal? Is it not halal? Where can I move? How can I establish myself, establish my expertise, increase my professionalism, increase my technical expertise at work? We need to be productive in that sense, not just to focus on the deadlines after deadlines that are set for us at work. We need to think about how we can be productive in the general sense and to be able to move forward in our work and our career. Number 3, our hobbies and activities. If you are someone who goes to the gym, if you're someone who is a scuba diver, if you're someone who have any particular hobby, are you productive in that hobby? Or is it just something you do once a year and never ever excel at? Do you develop your skills in your hobbies, in your activities? Hobby could be the reading hobby, could be sport hobby, could be any hobby you like, and you can go to Productive Muslim website. We have a list of 21 hobbies that productive Muslims can take part in. So find the article and see which hobby suits you the most and try to be productive in it. Number 4, personal. This is being productive with yourself, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, taking care of your spirituality, taking care of developing yourself as a person. And sometimes we're so busy with all that around us that we forget ourselves. And I want to remind you that your body has a haqq upon you. Yourself and your body has a right upon you. So do be productive in that sphere. Now you might look at this list and think, hey, wait a second, didn't you forget one list, like Islam, a sphere? The reason why I did not include it is because Islam, or the sphere of worship, should be in each of these areas. It should be in our home, it should be in our work, it should be in our hobbies and activities, it should be in our personal lives. Just look at this is a diagram to sort of give you an idea. If worship encompasses everything we do, it should be in every aspect. Worship is not just salah, siyam, and giving sadaqah and going to hajj and umrah. That's not only worship. Worship is the way you treat people, it's the way you talk to people. It's everything that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes under the form of worship. So that's also a sphere of productivity, but that is the grand sphere of productivity, and you need to keep it always in your mind. Now the question is, how can you balance it all? That's the hard bit. Everyone says, okay, it's cool to know that we have all the spheres, but how can I be productive at home and productive at work? Normally when we concentrate on one thing and we focus on one thing, it's so hard to focus on other things. Today I'm here to tell you a very, very honest, blunt truth. You can't excel in all areas. You cannot excel in every single sphere. That is a blunt truth. No matter how much you try, you cannot be the best in each area. And it's, to be honest, a comforting truth. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. You have to try. You have to work hard to develop yourself in the different spheres to the best of your ability. And don't just say, okay, since I'm focusing my work, I'll have to forget my family for a week. No. You have to be able to balance it. You have to be able to really try your best to excel in every area. Do one small, high impact action in each sphere per day or per week. What do I mean by that? For example, at work, you might have so many things to do, but do one thing that if you do it so well, it will show, it will move you forward 10 steps. And try not to worry about the little things that come up in work. With your family, do one little thing. Invite them for dinner or take them out for shopping or something. Do one small thing that will be high impact and that will help you, give you that, help you to appear at least productive in that sphere. In the hobby, do one small thing that will really push you towards achieving your hobby. And in personal productivity, do one small thing, high impact, that really takes care of that sphere. This is a tip, a technique that people use. If you really, it's hard to balance it, but at least do one thing in each sphere. And most importantly, constantly review yourself. Always look at yourself and say, what am I doing? Am I being productive in each of these spheres? If not, why not? What other small action or big action I could do to really move myself forward in each of these areas? So really think about that. Think about how you can always review yourself. Set a weekly review. I do a weekly review on my weekends and I look at the different aspects of my life. Say, okay, this is going fine, this is not so good, I need to do more here, I need to focus more there, and really have that constant review so that you're always trying to be productive in every single sphere. I hope you enjoyed this week's Naseeha. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.